Jeffrey Edward Epstein was born January 20th, 1953, in Brooklyn, New York, to Seymour and Pauline Epstein, a working-class family in Coney Island. He attended Lafayette High School, graduated at 16, and studied at the Krant Institute of Mathematical Sciences at NYU, though he left without earning a degree. After teaching math and physics at the elite Dalton School for a while, Epstein moved into finance. He worked at Bear Stearns, then eventually founded his own firm, managing wealth for ultra-high-net-worth clients. One key figure was Les Wexner of L Brand's Victoria's Secret, whose finances Epstein eventually controlled. Epstein then built a network of elite business, academic, and social contacts, elevating himself into a world of big money and influential people. Epstein acquired an imposing Manhattan mansion, the Herbert N. Strauss House, one of the largest private homes in NYC, and his own private islands in the U.S. Virgin Islands, including Little St. James. He flew in a private Boeing 727 jet nicknamed by some Lolita Express to many destinations, often with young women aboard. This environment, wealth, secrecy, travel, ultra-exclusive settings set the stage for what was to follow. By 2005, the Palm Beach police had begun investigating Epstein after a parent reported her 14-year-old daughter had been taken to his Palm Beach home, paid to give a massage and undress. This began a long saga of alleged sexual abuse and trafficking of minors, with girls as young as 14 being recruited. Despite the severity of allegations, Epstein struck a controversial deal in Florida. In 2008, he pled guilty to a state charge of procuring a juvenile for prostitution and soliciting prostitution. He was sentenced to 18 months, but was allowed extensive work release and served about 13 months. This lenient treatment, considering the scope of the accusations, sparked long-standing outrage and questions about how someone with his wealth and connections was treated. Epstein didn't act alone. His close associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, was accused and later convicted of recruiting young women for him. He maintained an elite social circle, royalty, politicians, business titans. These relationships helped shield his activities and give him legitimacy. Also of note, hidden cameras in his properties, media rooms monitoring, and allegations he used blackmail as power. On July 6, 2019, Epstein was arrested on federal charges of sex trafficking minors in Florida and New York, relating to the period 2002 to 2005. The search warrants executed on his Manhattan townhouse and other properties revealed massive evidence. Nude photographs, underage girls, discs with labels such as Young Name. On August 10, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein died in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City. The medical examiner ruled the cause of death as suicide by hanging. His death, however, sparked huge controversy. Questions about jail protocols, camera failures, missing footage, broken staff procedure. The circumstances remain a focal point for conspiracy theories and investigations. The number of victims attributed to Epstein has been estimated in the hundreds, possibly over 1,000. These were minors, often from vulnerable backgrounds, recruited with gifts, travel, promises, then abused repeatedly. Epstein's case highlights how extreme wealth and connections can influence legal outcomes. The 2008 deal, his ability to live a privileged lifestyle while investigations proceeded, raised questions about equality before the law, the social ties royalty, financiers, politicians. also underscore how networks of power may enable or protect wrongdoing even when the wrongs are criminal and horrific. Court documents unsealed in recent years have revealed many previously redacted names from Epstein's network. Investigations continue into the financial flows, bank relationships, enablers, and how the abuse was able to persist for so long. In March 2005, the Palm Beach police received a tip that would unravel years of secrecy. A mother reported her 14-year-old stepdaughter had been taken to Epstein's Palm Beach mansion, paid to undress and give a massage. That tip triggered a 30-month undercover investigation. Detectives would identify dozens of young girls, some as young as 14, who had been paid to travel to Epstein. As homestay in his guest houses, be directed to undress and engage in sexual acts. But despite the evidence, the federal investigation faltered. In 2008, Epstein struck a plea deal that shielded him from many of the major federal charges. Under this deal, he served 13 months in a county jail with work release, a sentence that many of his critics describe as far too lenient, an illustration of how wealth and connections can impact justice. Despite Epstein's death, many questions remain open. What exactly did Epstein know about the people he hosted or worked with? How much did institutions, banks, legal systems, governments know and when? How many victims remain unidentified and unheard? What systems failed, and how can they be fixed so such abuses are prevented in future?